Made this video yesterday, so you're watching in the future, but this happened yesterday. I just didn't want to do 4 videos during the day at once so that, you know, there wouldn't be too much of a good thing. But I did make a video earlier today, and for you that was yesterday. But the video was, at what age does men's hair loss stop mattering? And so Robert left a good comment here. I'm gonna read part of it to you today. He says, quote, socially going bald young is challenging, as many young balding guys are teased by their peers because for whatever reason, making fun of baldness is often deemed acceptable, even in this PC society, end quote. What a good point. And this is worth making a video about, just to simply acknowledge that absolutely our culture says it's okay to make fun of bald guys. If you're the younger you are, if you're experiencing hair loss, then the easier a target you are, and the more okay it is to make fun of you for it, as if you have any control over it, as if your genes were something that you chose. You chose genes, you chose genetics to go bald, right? And I agree. Like, that's what our society believes, that it's just okay. And I've seen it. Like, you know, that a lot of the inspiration for me talking about hair loss is because I saw it happen to my dad when I was a teenager. It bothered me that it bothered him that people would point out his thinning on top, and there wasn't anything he could do about it. I mean, as a man, you can't say, "Hey, that hurt my feelings." I mean, you can't say that. So you just have to go along with it. What else can you do? I mean, if you called every person out for it that gave you a hard time about it, well, then you just seem like a not fun person, right? And so all you can really do as a man when someone makes fun of you is acknowledge the thing that they're making fun of you, whatever it is, and then take it up another notch and prove to you how much the thing that they're saying is true, and that ultimately you're okay with it. Because if you're a cool guy, you'll own up to whatever they're making fun of you for. And it could be anything, but when it comes to hair loss, we're men and we're expected just to quote, get over it or deal with it or whatever society believes that we should do. Now, I'm not saying that's okay, and I'm not saying that I'm cool with it or anything. I'm not, but I am saying that I think it's built into the double standard that people assume that because we're men and apparently we don't have emotions, that it's okay to give us a hard time about it. And we all experience, I mean, most men are going to experience hair loss in their lives. As I made a video this week talking about how 80% of men lose a good majority of the hair by the time they're 80. So, I mean, it's quite a universal thing, and it helps me understand better as a YouTuber why I'm gaining popularity. Because remember, I started out making videos for kids about being superheroes and all this stuff. I did these scripted things with music. People didn't care about that. They cared about this random video I did about hair loss, and I was so shocked that I would ever be elected to be a person who people would listen to about hair loss. But I was, so I've embraced that identity, and now I'm understanding it better, because I thought, well, when's this going to run its course? When am I going to stop gaining subscribers every week over hair loss videos? Surely all the guys that are having issues with this, they'll find my channel and then that's the end of it. But instead, once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm gaining subscribers that much quicker, which only reinforces and reminds me of the fact that this is a pretty universal thing. Men lose their hair. That's one of the things that we do. That's a masculine trait by default. We lose our hair, and therefore, because it's so universal for us, therefore, it's okay to make fun of us, apparently, right? But again, what are you going to do? You know, are you going to call somebody out for it every time and say, hey, that's not cool that you're making fun of me? I mean, you could, but again, part of being a cool guy that everybody likes is that you show that you're a confident person, and a confident person isn't sensitive about stuff. I mean, I'm not saying it's okay, but I'm just saying that in my life, for whatever it is, if someone, you know, said something that offended me and I let them know that, then I appeared to be less confident. So what can you do other than just go along with it and agree and convince them that, yeah, they're right, you are going bald, and you're cool with it, right? I don't like that, but that's the way I perceive reality. I don't agree with the double standard, but like I said, what else are you going to do? So here we are. This is what I call the brotherhood of the hair loss. This is a place where we can understand each other. Again, some of you have lost more hair than me at a younger age. Some of you have lost less hair than me at an older age. And either way, we still get it together. We understand what it's like to deal with this. Not only, and I'm not saying people are constantly teasing me or anything, but there's a lot internally, psychologically, that we're already dealing with. So then to have somebody else point that out, you have to be ready for it, right? So here's a comparison that hopefully illustrates this well. I've heard this before, that as human beings, we typically realize that we're flawed and we're making mistakes. So we've all got those wounds in our life, those big mistakes that we wish we could take back. And we already give ourselves a hard enough time for it. But if anyone else finds out about it, it just makes that wound even bigger. And it's kind of the same thing with our hair loss, because we can't control this, like I already said. So then someone else points it out. You have to be ready for it. And we just have to accept that there is a double standard. Because again, what else are we going to do? We're going to go on Twitter and start a hashtag. No more teasing guys from, we're not going to do that. We're men. We're men. So we just accept it, move on with it. Otherwise, we're going to have hardened hearts and we're not going to be at peace. I mean, I don't know another solution other than to acknowledge here in the brotherhood, the brotherhood of the hair loss that we're in. I'm acknowledging it, but this is just kind of between us. I mean, I wouldn't go public with this information because I'm not here to change the rest of the world's mind. They don't get it, and ultimately they assume in us that we're confident enough to deal with it and move on with our lives. That's what they assume in us. So all I can do is, I guess, prove them right, that yeah, we've got enough confidence to move on with our lives and not let it affect us. That's what I know to do. So, any thoughts on that? I think this is worth talking about, and I'm glad that that comment was left. Because yeah, apparently it's okay to tease men about losing their hair, because it's that universal and that masculine of a trait that we lose our hair. And therefore, if it's that universal that we all deal with it, if it's that masculine of a trait, then along packaged with that is the ability to not get our feelings hurt, or at least not let it show, or at least just overcoming it by getting ready for it and owning up to it. Those are my thoughts on it today. I'm an evolving person. I have a character arc. A year from now, I could have a different view on it. But right now, that's where I'm at with it.